reading life. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm delusional. First of all, hi, my name's Kara. If you're new here, welcome to my channel and welcome to my delusional thinking of what I'm gonna be doing in this video. Today is January 10th and Crescent City 3 or House of Flame and Shadow comes out in just under 3 weeks at this point. But I want nothing more in my little bookish life than to be involved with this release day. Like, I just want to experience the joy and happiness that every person on BookTube is going to experience, and I still haven't finished Crescent City 2, okay? Previously, I have read the first one. I have read House of Earth and Blood, but I read it like 2 years ago, and I have seemingly forgotten everything that has happened in this book, okay? I was talking to my BookTube friends last night. We just had like a little, I don't know, just like a video catch up, whatever. And I realized I don't remember like 99% of the things that have happened in here. And there's a lot of side characters that I don't remember. And I also didn't realize how hot everyone is in this series, okay? I don't like to look up fan art from book series because I feel like you can get spoiled really easily on it, but I have a confession to make. I was talking to my BookTube friends last night and I was like, when is Rune Dannon gonna get his time? Because I thought this was Rune Dannon. No, bitch. No, this is Hunt. This is Hunt. You guys, I thought Hunt Athalar was a Channing Tatum lookalike with wings. What? What am I thinking? And then afterwards, all of my friends proceeded to show me fan art of all of the characters in Crescent City, non-spoilery fan art, and I didn't realize how hot everyone was. I've been picturing these like Joe Schmoes and like I feel like it's hurt my enjoyment of the book series. And also the fact that I've forgotten everything that happened in the first Crescent City. I need to go back and reread everything. I need to refresh my brain, okay? I read about 20 pages of it last night and I was like, Kara, where have you been? I think I forgot everything. I'm not even kidding you. I think I forgot everything. And this is my problem because I always do this with book series. I read one book in a series and then I take like a 4-month break and then forgot everything that happened in the series and I don't move on to the next one. It's a problem I have. It's a syndrome and I need to stop. I need to stop. With all of this in mind, with my newfound discovery that everyone in this book series is beautiful and that the series is so good and I feel like I'm missing out on the enjoyment of the experience because I've forgotten so much that's happened in Crescent City, I have made the executive decision to reread both of these books before the House of Flame and Shadow comes out. Now, is this overly ambitious? Absolutely it is. Did I just film an overly ambitious TBR with a billion other books on it? Yes, I absolutely did. I don't want to hear 1 second of it, okay? This is what my body needs. This is what I'm in the mood for. And my goal is over the next 3 weeks, I am hoping to post, this video is going to be Crescent City 1, my reading experience with that, and then my next video is going to be House of Sky and Breath, okay? So I'm gonna be doing 2 reading vlogs back to back, just reading these books. I just wanna give you a little aside. I have previously done a reading vlog for this book. Yes, I have, okay? If you go back into the archives of my channel, into the depths, into the crevices, into the cobwebs, you will see I did a 24-hour readathon with Crescent City, like one of my first months on BookTube. I have since gone back and watched that video and we need a redo, okay? We need a remake on that video. I need to redeem myself on that video. You are free to go watch that if you want to, but like I need to have a do-over. And also it's kind of fun because I annotated this entire book the first time I read it. And now I'm gonna go back and see my annotations and I'm actually really interested to see what I said. So I think this is gonna be a really fun reading experience. I did do something to try and help me keep pace because I'm scared that I'm not gonna be able to finish all of this in time for House of Shadow and Flame or for Flame and Shadow. All these pink tabs up top here, I tabbed out 80 pages a day. If I can read 80 pages a day of each of these books, I will finish in time for House of Flame and Shadow. I feel like I'm going off the rails with my content right now because none of this is planned. This is all in the moment. This is how I'm feeling. But I need to work with my moods when I'm reading because I'm such a mood reader. And like, I have such trouble trying to force myself to read books. Like, I literally can't do it. I don't enjoy it. And there's half the time I feel like I'm reading a really good book and I'm not in the mood for it. It just totally ruins the reading experience. I am working with what I got. I'm working with the mood I'm in, and we're just gonna dive head first into Crescent City over these next few weeks. And I'm so excited to bring you along for the ride. We're entering a new era of fantasy girl romance. Thanks to the persistence of my soul finally getting into fantasy romance. I'm so happy. But I have the day off today, so I'm actually gonna just try and read as much as I can of this book today. I have no plans, literally no plans. Let's get to reading Crescent City. I'm so excited to bring you along for the ride. Like, you have no idea how excited I am for this video. Okay, bye. I'll see you in the next check-in. Hi guys. You will never believe the change that has happened within my soul over the last 5 hours, okay? I have completed my first stint, my first day of House of Earth and Blood, and I have a new hyperfixation, and it's called the Crescent City universe. When I tell you, I went a little feral on this book. Decided to change up all of my annotations. If you can tell, there are 2 types of tabs here. We have all of the red tabs here, and then we have all of the random colors that I initially first tabbed when I tabbed this book. We are turning a new leaf, okay? I'm about to become the dictionary of the Crescent City universe. Let me show, I'm gonna hook this up to here so I have another hand, so I can show you what I have done. Look at this. Okay, this is the first 80 pages of the book. Look at all of that information. Look at all that information that I have decoded and written down and gotten into my brain. I also created a codex. I'm insane. I have created a codex for House of Earth and Blood. I am basically creating my own encyclopedia of characters, so I will never mix up Rune Danon and Hunt Athalar again. I will never make the mistakes that I have made in my past, okay? I am even ashamed to say that I've read this book before, because did I even read it? Did I have any idea what was happening? The fact that I'm 70 pages in and they've already mentioned Ophion, which is the rebel group from Crescent City, and I was halfway through book 2 and I didn't know who Ophion was. What am I doing? What am I doing? How did I not register anything from the first time I read this book? I think I can tell you why. I think it's because I listened to the audiobook the first time I read it. I heavily listened to the audiobook. And when I read a high fantasy or any type of fantasy that has a lot of world building, especially in these first 80 to 100 pages, sometimes that world building, when I'm listening to an audiobook, one ear out the other, and I completely do not listen to what is going on. So I think I need to take a lesson from this, in that if I'm reading a fantasy book, she's got to be reading it physically, okay? I cannot be listening to it on audio unless probably it's a reread or I'm reading along, my eyes are reading the words along with listening to it. Otherwise, I will have no idea what the F is going on. That's enough about that rant of the fact that I've basically never read Crescent City before until now. The second thing I want to talk about is, my God, is this a 5-star? My God. Where have I been? Where has my life been in the fact that I have just been living in the dark from the Crescent City world for so long, even though I've read this book before? I am obsessed. I'm beyond obsessed with this book. I'm 80 pages in. I am hooked like a fish out of water right now. I don't want to do anything else except read this and annotate this and just be involved in this world. Oh my God, you guys, it's hot Halloween town. Run the presses. Everyone needs to read it if you like fantasy romance. Okay, this book is it. And I'm just like so psyched for the rest of my journey in reading the rest of this series. So I am on page 80, and I think I'm just gonna keep reading however long my little heart desires today, okay? I literally spent probably 4 hours reading the first 80 pages because I was annotating, I was typing, I was solidifying in the little noggin, okay? I was really reabsorbing all of the content that this book is giving us. And I'm a slow reader, so I'm not super surprised because annotating automatically makes me read slower. For those of you watching who haven't read Crescent City before, I just want to give you a little explanation of the world, okay? Number one, like I mentioned before, it's hot Halloween town. We got werewolves, we've got vampires, we've got wraiths, we've got humans, we've got fae, we've got witches. Any magical creature you could ever think of that would roam the potentials of a planet is in this book, okay? It's wonderful and amazing and beautiful, and I just need to give you a preface. If you haven't read this book yet, go into it knowing every single person in this book is hot, okay? They are so hot. I made that mistake the first time, and then I didn't enjoy it that much. And now rereading it, knowing everyone is beautiful, oh my God. Oh my God, it just makes for such a fun time, okay? So the whole plot of this book, you are following Bryce Quinlan. She is a half human, half fae person. She's 23. She's so beautiful. She's right out of college. She's living with her bestie in their apartment, and they are taking on the city together, okay? They are going out. They are having a fun time. They are getting drinks. They are going on dates. They are flirting it up. They are just going all out, having the best time of their lives. She works in this gallery for this woman named Jessica, who is this like 400-year-old sorceress. And Bryce is just like living her little life. We love it for her. She is stunning. Her best friend Danica is a werewolf, and Danica is like head of this pact, okay? They're called the Pack of Devils. And the Pack of Devils, they're almost like policemen of sorts, kind of like policemen. They basically like man certain areas of the city and keep it safe, essentially. So Danica and all of her hot werewolf friends just patrol the city. They get the bad guys. They are like awesome warriors that can like fight and like do all the things. And Bryce is sitting over here like, I work on my gallery. I'm hot. I'm beautiful. Bryce has a half brother who is full fae, and his name is Rune Dannon, and he is beauty. And then there's like a bunch of other side characters as well, like the entire wolf pack of Danica's friends and like the wolf pack there. And then there's also these two other characters who are Danica and Bryce's other friends named Fury and Juniper. Juniper is a fawn. Think hot Mr. Tumnus. Fury is like this like badass like assassin who we don't even know if she's an assassin. She's just something, and she like kills people or something along those lines. They're the four besties. So my camera battery is about to die, but that's the short premises of the book. And within the first 80 pages, something happens that turns everything around, and plot line inserted. You are on a journey. You are on a ride. What is happening? And then there's going to be a little bit of a fantasy romance thrown into the whole thing. It is perfection. And if you like fantasy romance and haven't read this yet, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? I can't. Just go read it, okay? So that's my first check-in. I'm not sure when I'm gonna check in next, but right now all I'm gonna do, read this book, annotate. It is snowing outside. It's just been the perfect day. I've literally done nothing other than read this book. And then I went to therapy, took care of my little mind. And now I'm just gonna continue doing the same. I'm just gonna like pour myself a nice hot cup of tea and read and annotate Crescent City. Love you. See you at the next check-in. Peace and love. Bye. Hi. I need to talk to you about what's been going on because I'm a changed woman. I am a changed human being, and it's all thanks to Crescent City. Doing this reread was the best decision I have ever made in my reading life. I swear to God. Oh my Lord. This book it's top tier. How did I ever think to give this book less than a 5 stars? It's honestly appalling. This book is like a 6 billion out of 5 stars. Let me just take you on a little journey from where we were last time to now. As we know, I decided to take notes. She decided to go to class for Sarah J. Maas. I've basically been really, really enveloped in the note-taking process, the annotation process, and really trying to solidify what the actual storylines of these characters are. Because as I was reading Crescent City 2, when I had previously started it, there were so many plot lines right over my head that I completely did not pay attention to. And I am so happy that I have decided to go back and redo this because everything is making sense. It's all coming together. Like the bells and whistles are clicking. Everything's clicking in my head. That's not even expression. Let me just show you real quick what I have done over the past 2 days. So I'm on page 165. Ready? Look at this. Who is she? Oh my God. Look at all those colors. Look at all those tabs. Look at all those annotations. Look at all that highlighting. I am a changed woman. I said class is in session and we are here to learn, okay? This is my textbook. I am taking notes. This is lighting up my world. Like, light it up, baby. Let me just tell you where we are in the plot right now. So we're getting a lot of backstory between Rune and Bryce and a little bit of backstory with Hunt, but like not a ton yet. Essentially, the plot line has been set up where Bryce and Hunt are tasked with solving some mysteries going on, you know, and it's the start of something new. The fact that I thought that Hunt looked like Channing Tatum, I should be jailed. Yeah, I was dumb the first time I read this, and just reading it the second time, I'm picking up so much more stuff. Things are making so much more sense, and I just feel like I'm having this entire new appreciation for this series that I didn't have the first time I read it, and it's just a joy. I have fully transformed into Fae form. Like, I have made the drop into the SJM world, and all I want to do is read the rest of the SJM universe. Like, this is making me so excited to read Silver Flames and to read Empire of Storms. And like, have I debated just continuing on and just dropping every TBR I had for the year and only reading Sarah J Maas and like just doing a bunch of reading vlogs? I have, I won't lie. I will not be doing that, but I have thought about it because I'm just so obsessed with this book. I'm so obsessed with it. I will see you guys in the next update. Bye. Hi. I'm back again. I'm back again, you guys. I have disconnected from space and time. Nothing else matters in this world other than reading this book right now. I am currently on page 338. So I feel like I've made probably 150 plus pages since I last checked in. I haven't done anything else. Nothing else matters in my world right now other than reading the book. I literally don't care about anything else. Like, My life is interfering with my reading. It's not okay right now. All I need to do is read this book. Even filming this vlog clip, I was like, I don't want to film it because I just want to keep reading, which is the best feeling in the entire world. Like, you know, when you have a 5-star, when you get that kind of feeling. Oh my God. Okay, let's do a plot check real quick. So where we are at right now, I'm not gonna like straight up spoil things, but I'm gonna tell you like general plot happenings, okay? So lots of murders have been happening and it's a mystery. And our main characters are out to figure this out. So we are in the thick of trying to figure out what is going on, who's behind these murders, what is the motive behind all of this, and trying to figure out kind of these like connected murders that keep happening. But there's also this like ancient artifact called Luna's Horn that's very pivotal to the plot. And like things are just all getting connected right now. I just like don't want to spoil things if you want to go into this book, or if you haven't read this book yet or are interested in reading this book. There's murders happening, we're solving the murders, and there's lore, and there's hot people. Okay, that's all you need to know. It's so good. I just cannot tear my eyes away from the pages. I really can't. And I feel like I understand why the first time I read this book, I didn't give it a 5-star. And I really am attributing this to the audiobook. And I don't want to like throw shade at the audiobook because I genuinely think the narrator does a really good job. I just felt like when I was listening to the audiobook, I didn't take things very seriously. And when I'm reading it, it just feels so much more high stakes and it feels way more real to me than listening to it on audio. Like the audio experience just made me feel like it did not convey the same feelings as when I was reading this book. Like I felt like I was listening to just more of like this is just like a fun little story, like whatever. But I'm reading this book and I'm like, no, it's a good book. It is so captivating. And the world is like so good. And I just feel like Sarah J. Maas, she knows how to write books for women. She does. I really appreciate the bigger element of fantasy that she's putting into this. Like it's really, really focused on the fantasy plot. And I feel like the fantasy plot in here is so much more elevated than like ACOTAR. I do really like Throne of Glass. Throne of Glass is way more fantasy orientated, but I felt like, I remember when I was reading ACOTAR, a lot of the evil characters were just evil just to be evil. While there is a little bit of that in this book, I feel like people are a lot more complex than other books that I've read by Sarah J. Maas. And I just appreciate this book so much. And I am honestly so ashamed at myself that I didn't give this a 5-star the first time I read it. This book it's everything I've ever wanted. It's everything I've ever wanted in a book. It's so good. It's so good. Another point that I want to bring up is the fact that I feel like Sarah J. Maas just like knows how to write books for women. She understands the female gaze. She just pays special attention to what women find endearing and funny, and like almost like it's written through the female gaze and the female perspective. And I really appreciate about Sarah J. Maas. This is a book for the girlies, you know? I just love it. I love it. The other thing I wanted to talk about was my annotations for this book because I am going ham. Okay, so I want to show you my annotating system for this book. I actually tried to annotate this book before using like a annotating system, and here was my old one. I did like important, sad, world building, shocking, that kind of, I don't know, just like the more standard annotating categories, I guess. But I realized that I don't want to have preset categories before I start the book. I feel like I've molded the categories of my tabs as I've been going. I think this is how annotation works best for me. So I have like a handful of different tabs here. I have this like reddish orange one is important world building or like backstory, background information. The orange is important plot points. So anything that's like really, any kind of point that's really moving the plot forward or is a piece of new information that we haven't found out before. Pink is moments to remember or moments I love. So these are like cute scenes or just like cute interactions between the characters, or just like moments to keep in the back of your mind of like, this could be important in the future, like foreshadowing type of stuff. Then I have this like pinkish red here, and this is character description, character backstory, or important character notes. So any type of information that is important to learning about who a character is, what they're about, what their backstory is, any kind of character history or important character like notes. Then I have quotes with the kind of like beige there, which I really haven't used a whole lot. There's been a few quotes that I've really liked, but I feel like I've been leaning more towards the moments to remember for like moments or scenes that I've really liked. And then I have read is extremely important information, or basically information that I think I would need to reference as the book kept going on, like important world building facts or like an info dump. And it's like important, like I'm just tagging those because I know they're going to be referenced back at some point. So I'm tagging those to be able to be like, oh, I can reference this. And I think this is really important information to know going forward. So I have been just like on my game with this book. I have been loving it. I literally can't put it down. I can't wait to get to the next one. I am ditching my entire TBR to just read this series so I can actually read House of Flame and Shadow when it comes out. All of my spare time is dedicated to reading this book. So I'm glad you're along for the journey, and I'm so glad I'm filming this. Okay, I will see you guys in my next update. Bye. Hi. That's how I feel. Over halfway. And you know when the enemies turn to lovers? Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't contain it. I can't contain myself. Like, I feel like I'm a volcano just about to like erupt in screaming because I'm just like, like I can't stop. I was just at the gym. I missed my workout class because I got out of work late. So I ended up walking on the treadmill and I was reading this. I was reading. And enemies are starting to turn to lovers, and Sarah Janet is serving with some of these lines. Like, the sexual tension is palpable. And I'm sitting there on the treadmill reading, and then it comes across just like a one-liner that's like, bam, spicy. And I just blushing, snickering. I'm like a little kid. I feel like I am 15 years old, reading Twilight again, reading about Bella and Edward, just connecting, and like the sparks are flying. I have made a few realizations as well over the past 24 hours since I checked in with you. And I need to go over these realizations because some important things have happened in my life since then, or at least I've made some important decisions. Or the first realization and enlightenment that I have come to is that I cannot read Sarah J. Maas books or any other fantasy book for the first time via an audiobook. I have to. It is a future requirement of me. If I ever want to read a fantasy novel, I have to physically read it with my eyes. Because when I listen to an audiobook, my world building or vision of the characters is automatically going to be tweaked based on how the narrator presents the content. It does not matter who the narrator is. I could be talking about Sarah J. Maas. I could be talking about the Stormlight narrators. While everyone does an incredible job, I need to allow myself to do my own world building in my head without having someone else's some other opinion, or it's not even an opinion of the narrators, it's just the way that they talk or the way that they interpret the characters or whatever. The way that they set it up first will affect how I world build in my head. It automatically almost like gives you a bias as to how you should be interpreting the characters. Does that make sense? I need to make these interpretations on my own. Like, I need to world build on my own. I need to come up with these characters look like on my own. Also, when I listen to stuff on audio, I automatically, like, some things I just don't even hear. Like, one ear out the other. I feel like audiobooks for me are really, really good for like nonfiction stuff. I find myself like listening to nonfiction audiobooks as almost like a podcast. So it's easier for me to like interpret and follow along. But when I'm listening to a fantasy novel on audio, I tend to zone in, zone out. Like, I just miss really important stuff sometimes, and it just does not stick with me as well as it would if I were to physically read this. So truly, me doing this reread is like me reading this book for the first time, because I literally don't remember. I remember nothing from the first time I read this. Like, I'm reading my annotations, like I said, and I'm like, this was done by a different person. I have no idea who this woman was that read this book. Literally, I have no recollection of anything. The plot twists and turns, I'm still plot twisted and turning because I don't remember anything. So it's going great. It's going great. I am so glad I've actually decided to sit down and physically read this book, because my God, how did I go this long without realizing the beauty and the just incredibleness that Crescent City is. So I'm obsessed with it. I am beyond obsessed with it. I'm giving this book like a 600 star. This could be my favorite book of the year. I don't even know how to express myself. I am through the roof, soaring, flying. The second realization I want to tell you about, it's not necessarily a realization, just like a line of events. You know how I told you in the beginning of the video that I was planning on reading this, and then I was planning on reading House of Sky and Breath, hopefully doing that before the release day? Well, there's been a turn of events. Now that I know I am beyond obsessed with this book series, I don't want to hinder the way I should be enjoying these books. People have told me before I should read Silver Flames first before I read House of Sky and Breath. And I was like, I don't know, like whatever. I don't think I have to. But no, now that I love this series beyond belief, I have to read Court of Silver Flames before I read House of Sky and Breath. I don't want to miss out on a single thing in House of Sky and Breath or House of Flame and Shadow. Like I need to understand what's happening in the ACOTAR world, apparently, before I read House of Sky and Breath. I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen, truly. House of Flame and Shadow comes out in pretty much exactly 2 weeks. How am I going to finish another 400 pages of this book? Well, it's more like 350 pages of this book. And then read a 750 page book, Silver Flames, and then read another 800 page book, House of Sky and Breath, and then be able to start House of Flame and Shadow. I took 2 days off to read House of Flame and Shadow, and now I'm like, I might as well just take those 2 days off to just read just Crescent City in general, because I don't know if I can finish it. I'm going to try my absolute best. I'm going to try my best. God give me strength to finish all of these books before Flame and Shadow comes out. And I've decided, number one, I'm going to vlog it. It's going to be the month of Sarah J. Maas. And you're just gonna have to like just be here for me throughout this time, because I have entered my fantasy girl romance era. It has truly just come full circle for me. I'm so happy I'm here, and I am thriving beyond thriving. Wait, oh my god. Not a spoiler, but just like last time when I was reading, or I was attempting to read House of Sky and Breath, literally, like I said, forgot everyone. I was just a lost puppy, truly, when I was attempting to read House of Sky and Breath for the first time, before I did this reread. And I remember Therian kept coming up, who is a like main-ish character in House of Sky and Breath, or he's just like a really prominent side character throughout these book series. And I just met him. First of all, the first time I read House of Sky and Breath, I didn't even realize that Therian was a merman. Like literally, I'm telling you, I don't remember anything. I don't know who anyone was. So we just met Therian. The banter between him and Bryce, is just, and I know, oh my god, he makes me just like, I have no words. I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with him. I thought I liked Rune the most, but no, I think I like Therian. He is just cheeky. We love it. And also a merman, and that's hot. So, oh my god, this book is everything. It is everything you could ever want as a 29-year-old woman who loves fantasy romance. Okay, my battery is about to die. I'm going to spend my entire night reading this book in hopes that I'm going to be able to finish this before like Friday or Saturday. But I am spending my entire weekend reading either House of Sky and Breath or Crescent City or Silver Flames or something within the SJM universe. This is my homework. I am dedicated to the craft. I will finish these books before House of Flame and Shadow. This is all that matters in my life. I will not let myself down. I will not let you book girlies down. Like, we're in this together, and I can't wait to keep vlogging the journey. I will see you in the next clip. Bye. everyone. I am back with an update. I am 520 something pages in. I'm about, I don't know, 75% done. Oh my God, I know, oh my God. I know I keep having the same facial expressions every single time I update, but like it is so real. The tension is so real. I wanted to just give you a quick little update. Sabine, I can not with her. She's so annoying. I just want to like give praise to how Sarah J Maas has written this book about how it's such good fantasy romance, but then you also have the element of like mystery of like what's going on, who did this, and why is this happening, and like the world building is incredible. I'm just in love with this book so much. The side romance, the fantasy romance, it's just giving. It is so good. The sexual tension between Bryce and Hunt is palpable. It is unbelievable. We still have not gotten anything resolved yet, which is so good because I love the enemies to lovers thing, but then the drawn out tension, like you don't get the like reprieve of them getting together for a really, really long time, which is my favorite thing ever because it just builds and builds and builds, and it keeps me so intrigued as to like, what is this gonna happen? And also I'm majorly invested at this point. Like Bryce and Hunt forever, tattoo it on my arm. I love them. So good. Also, I just want to LOL. It was a slower afternoon at work today, so I read a little bit of this book at work. Girl, not safe for work, okay? I'm literally reading it, and have you heard those TikToks or the Instagram reels of like, the girl is listening to her audiobook and it's like, he beep, 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 in my beep, beep. Like, it just, that's how the book is. And it's just, I can't read it at work. It's not like fully spicy, but like, Sarah Janet, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. I'll just say that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I'm stressed about me completing this book, Silver Flames and House of Sky and Breath, before Flame of Shadow comes out. I'm honestly so stressed about it. And I want to take a poll, okay? Who here wants me to do a reading vlog for each of these books? I just want to poll. I want to know if that's something you would be interested. I'm thinking about doing just like a little mini series. Like I've been doing those Throne of Glass series reading vlogs for, I don't know, whenever I started my channel. But now I'm just going to do like a brief mini series of like catching up on the Sarah J Maas universe so I can read House of Flame and Shadow. So my plan was to do this reading vlog. In the next few weeks, I'll probably put either a House of Silver Flames or House of Sky and Breath vlog out, and then I'll definitely be putting a House of Flame and Shadow vlog out when that comes out as well. So we're just taking a deep dive into the Sarah J Maas universe, and I thought it would be fun to put those vlogs out on my channel if you guys are interested in them. Please let me know what you think about those in the comments. So that's the latest update. I'm beyond obsessed with these. This is like a 600-star book. I am in love with Bryce and Hunt. Bryce and Hunt forever. Do they have a mashup name like Brunt or Heiss? Those are terrible. Brunt, Quathalar. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna spill the tea on the rest of this book. Peace out. Bye. From here on out, for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna be saying spoilers because I am having a really hard time not saying spoilers, and I feel like I'm not giving a very like good overview about what's going on because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I think we're far enough into this video where if you're still watching, either you've probably read this book or hopefully you have decided if you want to read this book or not. So I'm just gonna go spoilers from here on out. So if you don't want to know any spoilers, you can click off. If you have already read the book, let's chat, okay? Let's talk. I am going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're talking spoilers. I literally do not care that I'm in my Snuggie right now. This is how I read books like 99% of the time. I have to give an update. I'm on page 574. You're cutting Hunt Athalar's wigs off. No! I hate Sabine. I hate you, Sabine. I can't. How do we move on? How do we move on from this? My blood is boiling and it is 8 o'clock in the morning. You don't do that. You don't do that to my Hunt. No, ma'am. It happened. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? He was just standing up for her. Oh, literal tears. No, I gotta highlight this a damn page. Like, I don't want to highlight this. Oh, wait, his rings are gonna grow back? It says right here, Victoria instantly appeared at her side. They will grow back in several weeks. His wings will grow back. Okay, so it's not gone forever. It's just a little bit of a temporary pain, but still not chill, man. I hate Micah. I hate Sabine. I hate everyone who hates Bryce and Hunt. They kissed! Hallelujah! Oh my God. There's no better feeling in this world than when the two main characters turn from enemies to lovers. There's no better thing. Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh, I could cry. Oh my God. I can't stop smiling. Okay, I need to read the rest of this. Oh my God. How did I miss this last time I read this book?
You've read this book?
Yeah, I barely read this book. I don't remember any of it. I don't know if I blacked out. I honestly don't know. But okay, guys. Well, after that spicy scene, we ended up getting a third act breakup. Literally a third act breakup because I just flipped to part 4, The Ravine. Talking real spoilers here. So if you didn't click off then, and you want to avoid spoilers, I'm about to just spill the entire book. Ready? Now. Okay, so we found out Hunt knew the whole time. He knew it all. He knew, well, not the whole time. He had found out a few days before that Danica was addicted to the synth, and then she was the one who took it and ended up killing her entire wolf pack. And I think I remember that from the first time I read it, because the scene where Bryce had found the video and like watched back the synth research, I was like, oh, she definitely is the one who killed everyone. Like Danica definitely killed herself and all of her friends, for sure. So that wasn't a surprise to me that when that was like 100% revealed, but it was a shock that Hunt was trying to use the synth to restart a rebellion. And then Bryce found out obviously that he betrayed her and like was lying to her, a little bit lying to her. Bad move, Hunt. Bad move. Not only on your part with Bryce and your relationship with Bryce, but with Micah. I literally do not remember what comes next and what comes after this, because now Hunt is in a cell. Like he's in prison. And the other two Triari, Victoria and Justinian, dead. They were literally crucified. Why did we have to go there? I don't know. That's a little too harsh. Like, seriously? That's the one thing about Sarah J. Maas's books, that it doesn't seem like it fits, because I feel like a lot of the time her villains gonna vil in her books. Like they have no redeeming qualities about them. They are just evil just to be evil. And I think that's the part that sometimes gets me with her books, because I'm like, you could make this villain a little bit more interesting, where they're like a morally gray character, where you could be like, maybe I can see how they got there and why they're doing those things. But a lot of the times I feel like in Sarah J. Maas's books, they're just mean just to be mean. Like they dole out the most harshest, cruelest punishments ever. And you're like, but why? Why are you being just a terrible, they're not even humans. Why are you being a terrible humanoid type individual all around? It doesn't make sense to me a lot of the times. And I don't feel like I get a lot of explanation as to why her villains are that evil all the time. Literally in every single book, every villain is just like evil to just be evil. It's a theme throughout her literature, which, whatever. I'm just gonna put it aside because I'm enjoying the book genuinely so much. Like, honestly, this might be one of my favorite series of all time at this point. That's where we're at. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I'm still in love with it, and I literally cannot wait to keep reading the end of the book. Also, how is Hunt gonna survive this? I don't know. Like, his companions were killed. They were just straight up, literally crucified. How is he gonna get out of it? So part 4 is gonna be interesting. I am planning on finishing this book today. It's going to happen. Honestly, I could cry. I remember one thing that happens at the very end of the book, and I could cry at it. So that's where I'm at. Okay, see you after I shower. Bye. Okay, spilling some more tea. I just took a shower and I physically can't go 1 second without reading this book. So I did turn to the audiobook for Uno Minuto because I need to know what's going on. Hunt got sold to Sandriel. Damn, why? I hate her. Again, a villain just to vil. Why does she have to be like that? Also, finally, Fury and Bryce like had a conversation after all of this time. That was touching to my soul. I'm just gonna be giving you serial updates until I'm done. I've officially, I think I have 160 pages left or something. Not me just like drawing hearts all over that little spicy scene we had between Bryce and Hunt. And then 2 pages later, they break up. Like, it's gonna be fine. I know there's gotta be some kind of makeup happening towards the end of the book. There's no way we got a whole entire book about this and then they're like, see ya. Also, I do know from reading Crescent City 2 that Hunt is still alive somehow and him and Bryce something happens between them. So I also want to tell you, I pulled out these two because these are the next up in my mini vlog series. So in the beginning of this vlog, I had tabbed out all of like how I'm supposed to like how many pages I'm supposed to read a day in CC2, which actually worked really, really well for Crescent City 1. Like I have been putting all the tabs on the back here and I only have 2 more pink tabs left here, or 3. I just crossed another one. So I only have 2 more left on Crescent City 2, but that's been really motivating. But now I gotta read this book. I think I have to go back and undo all of these tabs, add some tabs into this book. I have to read 1,500 pages in a week. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. The book releases on Tuesday and I'm gonna give myself until that Tuesday evening because I have the Wednesday, Thursday off and I wanna be able to like sit down and read House of Flame and Shadow on Wednesday, Thursday. So if I can finish these by next Tuesday night, Lord give me strength. I don't know how this is gonna happen, but I'm gonna put the audiobook on to finish Crescent City 1, and then I'm gonna be tabbing out what I need to read so I can finish these in like 10 days. Dude, there's no way that's gonna happen, but a girl can hope, a girl can dream, okay? Procrastination, she's gonna get us there. There's nothing that gives me more motivation than a deadline. Bryce just got attacked by a crystallos demon. Oh no. This is not good. Oh no, and I just got water all over my book. That's sick. Oh my God, you guys, so much has just happened. Oh my God, oh my God. It's literally been 3 minutes since I last checked in with you. I'm not even kidding you. It's been like, yeah, it's been maybe 10 minutes, okay? First of all, mapped out how much I have to read each day to finish these books in times. It's 150 pages. I have 10 days to read both of those books, and I have to read 150 pages today. That is including today, in which I still have 150 pages left in this book, and I've already read 100 pages today. I need to cancel all plans. I need to cancel everything that I have planned and only read for the next 10 days, which honestly, that's like my dream. That sounds like heaven. But the fact that I still have to work, that's the issue. Okay, so here's where we're at. Sandriel now owns Hunt. Bryce is like not chill with that because obviously she's in love with him. And so she tries and goes to like steal him last minute and is like, I will pay you $60 billion for Hunt. All of which would have been borrowed from Jessica Roga. I don't know what that kind of deal that was gonna be. But the last minute, Rune swoops in and is like, girl, no, you will not do that. Basically, Sandriel revealed that Bryce is the daughter of the Autumn King. And Hunt just goes along with it. And then he pulls the card of Bryce is my property, which, bleh, hate that. That gives red flag. And I know that he's doing it out of like just trying to protect Bryce, right? Like he's trying to like be like, girl, I know you better than you know yourself and you don't want to do this. Do you know that the hammer can like literally just destroy you in 1 second and you could be tortured the rest of your life? And Bryce already like gave her soul over to the devil or something in exchange for Danica going to the bone quarter, which I think we're gonna learn a little bit more about because now Bryce is just like doomed to hell forever. Rune steps in as the big bro and he's like, no, you're not gonna be selling your soul to them. You're not gonna be exchanging yourself for this guy that you fell in love with for a month, which that is a lot to be like, I have known you for 1 month and I'm gonna sell my soul and my entire existence to buy you so you can have your freedom. Went a little far there. But you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate the loyalty and the passion she has for Hunt. So I see your qualities. I appreciate them. But girl, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I don't remember how we get out of this. And that's where I'm at right now. We're trying to figure out how we're going to rescue Hunt from Sandriel. Don't know how that's going to happen. So I'm going to keep reading. Literally, I'm giving you updates every scene because going down. It's all going down and I'm living. Okay, gonna keep reading. See you in a bit. Queen Hypaxia's the Med Witch? Whoa! Didn't see that one coming. Oh, shit. Lots happened since the last check-in. Danica didn't kill herself and her friends. Micah dead. He's about to kill Bryce. Also, Bryce is the horn. Totally forgot about that. It's like tattooed onto her back. I have about 100 pages left. I'm flying. Oh my God, oh my God. I hate Micah. Can he please die? Let's get him off the pages. It's going down. It's going down. We did it! I finished Crescent City 1. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. 5 stars. Okay, I want to tell you everything that's happened since I last checked in with you. Well, everything that's happened in the book, there's been so much that's happened. Okay, first of all, we're doing full spoilers again here. Just be prepared. Bryce made the drop. Bryce is the horn. Danica plotted the whole thing out before she died. And then when Micah like instilled his powers into Bryce and like injected her with the synth, she opened up a portal. There was a lot of demons. And then Bryce, literally, she is Starlight and she moved her star into the light to seal off the gates, and then all of the demons went away, and then the world was healed. Bryce made the drop and Danica saved her, and now Bryce and Hunt are together forever, forever and always. I love this book. I love this book. I love this book. I love this book. No words. Wait, Sandriel, Micah, everyone that we hated is dead. Except the Asteri are still there. Also, one thing I need this from you, Sarah J. Maas. Give me a bigger map. Girl, I don't know where any of these countries are and it's bugging me. Okay, what does Valbara look like? What does Pangera look like? Just give me the template of Midgard. And I am sure you are holding out on that for a reason. Otherwise you would have put it in here. And I know there's gonna be some kind of spoiler or like something is gonna tie something together. Some of the worlds are gonna tie together. I don't know. There's a reason she's not giving that to us, but like, girl, I need it. I need the visualization of a map. Give that to me. Other than that, that's like my biggest qualm with the book is I don't have a map to like see things. And I love a book with a map. I love a book with a map. It like confuses my brain when I can't picture where all of these things are and where people are going and how far things are away from each other. Regardless of that, I loved it. I am so glad I physically read this. I needed it. Also, my annotation game is on freaking point. Okay, there were a handful of sections at the end that I didn't annotate that well because I was trying, like I wanted to get it done as fast as I could because I was obsessed with it and I just wanted to read it as quick as I could. But there's a lot of like spaces where I straight up just like, instead of highlighting the whole page, I would just draw like a line down the page like this. Like I would just draw lines on all of the pages because I'm like, this is important, this is important. I kind of lacked on the last quarter of the book with the annotating because I tried to finish it all yesterday. I couldn't finish it in time, but yeah, I didn't get to finish it last night, so I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning and finished it. And then I fell back asleep for another hour and a half. I'm a Sarah J. Maas girly now. I am officially been inducted into the Sarah J. Maas community. I am now a full fantasy romance girl. You can't get me away from this. I am there. I have arrived. I am so happy. This is all I've ever wanted to be in my reading life for the last like 2 years, is to be a Sarah J. Maas girly. And now I finally am, because I physically read the book. If I had physically read this all the first time, I bet I would have loved it even more. But I swear to God, it's because of that audiobook. I can't read audiobooks for fantasy the first time I read it. I need to world build in my head. And then if I want to go back and reread it again, then I can listen to the audio. But I have no words. I'm obsessed with the fantasy romance. I'm obsessed with Bryson Hunt. I am obsessed with the world building. The world building is honestly, I think, my favorite part of this book, about like the urban city of it all, with like all of these magical creatures just like all coexisting together. I think that's like honestly my favorite part. And I'm so excited because I feel like we only got a very small part of the world. Like we got a good idea of like Crescent City in general, but like we still have a lot to explore with the River Queen and like the merman world, and same with the Bone Quarter. Like that's a whole mystery still. There's still a lot to be uncovered. And then also just the world in general at large. Like the fact that we don't have a map of the entire world, like she's holding out on something for us. I know the world building is gonna just like amplify with the next few books. And I'm so excited to continue reading on with them. And the characters, I'm just obsessed, beyond obsessed with. Bryson Hunt, we still got more to go with them. I know it's coming in the next book because I already read part of the Sky and Breath, but I didn't understand what was going on. So I know more is in my future in terms of Bryson Hunt, and I just like, I want Rune to find someone too. He is my baby boy. I love him. That is my final review. This is a 5-star. I love it. If you want hot people living in a city that is a fantasy city with like fae and like hot Halloween town with hot people, this is your book. With fantasy romance, go read it, go read it, go read it. So before I end this vlog, I'm gonna leave you with a little teaser. Literally the second that I end this video, I'm gonna start this vlog for Silver Flames. So that is what to be expected next. I have never read this before. This is the first time read, and I've only heard 10 out of 10. I've heard the mental health representation is incredible. I've heard Nesta can be unlikable, but like you relate to her. Silver Flames is the next part to this mini series, vlog series I have going on right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go read Crescent City if you haven't, and I'm so excited for Flame and Shadow. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment down below. Just expressing your love for this for me, or just saying hi. I don't know. Leave a moon. If there's a moon, leave a moon. Okay? Cool. I will see you guys in my next video. Love you! Love this book. Love you, Sarah J. Maas. Okay, bye!